All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful morning. It is August 19th, 2025, and we got an interesting day ahead. Yesterday was pretty boring. You didn't really move much, but you got some updates regarding the world peace, and everybody getting ready for Jerome Powell. But today we started off with real estate data. I don't think we have anything else except for energy stuff, but besides that, we're kind of in this wait and see mode between Jerome Powell, global conflicts, and the path of rates and the economy. So it's going to be an exciting one, but all in all, I do think more of the excitement comes later in the week, but I think we will see where it leads us, but we should have a fun 7 hours, Chad. So I hope you're ready for all of it, and good morning. How are ya? What up, baby? What up, Devin? Good morning, Devin and Devin. Devin the dude, Devin Skaggs. Oh my gosh, IPAC, Mustop, Andy, Tim Whitman, Malcolm King, Connor, Mr. Edward, Sin City, baby. Good morning. What up, Strategy SGD, Brown, Tom Cruise, Bradley the Great, Car Plaza, go on. What up, baby? What up, Luke? Z Destroyer, Mark, Opinion, eBay, Stevie Boy, Blizzy Bay. Good morning, baby. Happy Tuesday. What up, Ben? How you doing, Z-Right? Good morning, Peggy, El Trapado, Besto, Lucky Soldier, Mr. Fahar. Good morning, Oscar. How you doing, Reese? What up, Samuel? What up, A-Tap? Me, not you, Ben. Opinion, Paro. What's up? Oh, my goodness. So, Chattadonia, I hope you're ready, baby. What's up, Cam? Oh, it's your anniversary. Oh, happy anniversary, baby. We got any birthdays out there, bro? Anybody got a birthday? You got SoFi blockchain news. Oh, no, it's Tuesday. Oh, do you guys want me to tone it down? I could tone it down if you would like. I'm just saying. I could turn it up, too. I could turn it up. So I'll let you decide. But in the meantime, here's some information. And Josh AI with your news. Good morning. Top overnight news, geopolitics, Trump eyes Putin-Zelensky meeting following Monday's talks with European leaders, Axios, Bloomberg, Washington Post, FT. Trump says U.S. will play role in Ukraine's security guarantee, though details lacking, Axios, Reuters, Politico, Telegraph. U.S. and Europe draft robust security guarantees for Ukraine to pave way for Putin-Zelensky talks. Bloomberg, Ukraine offers to buy $100 billion of U.S. weapons financed by Europe in bid to win U.S. security guarantees. FT, Hamas says now willing to accept Gaza ceasefire and deal preserving 98% of proposal. First presented by U.S., accepted by Israel. FT, corporate NVIDIA developing B30A AI chip for China based on Blackwell architecture, promising improved performance over H20S. Reuters, Trump administration considers 10% Intel stake. U.S. could become largest shareholder. Bloomberg, New York Times. SoftBank agrees to invest $2 billion in Intel, equating to 2% stake. FT. Apple increasing iPhone production in India across 5 factories, reducing reliance on China for U.S. models. Bloomberg, UK backs down on demand for Apple to provide backdoor to encrypted user data following pressure from White House. FT. Novo Nordisk lowers price of Ozempic and Wegovy to $499 for cash buyers. FT. Demand for high-end AI chips driving profits at global manufacturers of chip-making equipment, but sales to China faltering. Nikkei, Tesla's Model YL is priced at CNY 339,000 in China, featuring a 751 kilometers range and third-row seats. Link, Starbucks will grant a 2% raise to all salaried North American employees, aiming to improve sales and cafe atmosphere. Bloomberg, Palo Alto Networks raises annual forecast. Bloomberg, BHP's earnings in line with revenue pressured by decline in iron ore and coal prices. Bloomberg, European banks post biggest earnings surprise as loan growth picks up, provisions ease. Bloomberg and trade tariffs. Brazil finance minister says talks with U.S. over 50% tariffs are at an impasse over Trump's demands on Bolsonaro. FT. India PM Modi praises friend Putin. Delhi looks to bolster China ties amid frictions with U.S. Bloomberg. FT.
China's exports to Southeast Asia, Latin America, and Middle East double, driven by U.S. tariffs, economic slowdown. Bloomberg Economy S&P Global Ratings affirmed the U.S.'s AA+ rating, noting tariff revenues will mitigate fiscal impacts from recent legislation. Bloomberg economists warn geopolitical tensions, especially regarding energy, may increase inflation. Axios UK economy rebounded more strongly after COVID than previously estimated. Bloomberg UK Chancellor eyes property tax overhaul to boost economy and revenue. FT survey finds wealthy Britain's eye relocation amid talk of labor wealth tax. Bloomberg Japan non-manufacturing sector to account for 60% of total company profits this fiscal year, highest in 6 years. Nikkei markets Japan 20YY. Bond auction draws softer demand as investors stay cautious on longer-term debt. Bloomberg, absence of retail euphoria gives some confidence in sustainability of China market rally. Bloomberg, China ramps up short-term liquidity injection in bid to stabilize bonds following recent backup in yields. Bloomberg, UK bond yields surge amid inflation fears and budget pressures. Reuters, central banks, Barclays Re warns of high levels of uncertainty. Bloomberg, Korean household debt rises most since 2021. Bloomberg, RBNZ expected to cut OCR by 25 BP on Wednesday with New Zealand's economy weak and inflation subdued. Bloomberg, Washington, Trump administration restored a federal spending tracking website addressing lawmakers' concerns over funding transparency. Link.
There's more. Let's see what we got. S&P futures, they're little changed on Tuesday morning, comes after U.S. equities finished little changed in an uneventful Monday. Big tech ended with Meta, the notable decliner, Tesla and Nvidia, the better performers, industrial metals, parcels, logistics, casual diners among the laggers, small caps, managed care, HDDs, cruise lines, airlines, and semi-cap equipment and machinery all outperform. Treasuries firmer with the yields down by 2 basis points, dollar is off by 0.2, gold is up by 0.1, Bitcoin down by 0.7, and WTI down 1% on better takeaways from yesterday's meeting with Trump and Zelensky. Market in waiting mode for Fed Chair Powell's Jackson Hole at the end of the week. September rate cut probability has slipped in recent days, but is still fairly elevated at 83%. Market also pricing in 53 basis points of easing in 2025. Powell not expected to signal. What do we got there? Lutnick. Oh, Intel and Lutnick. I was going to say, I think I'm getting headlines on that. We cannot rely on Taiwan, so he's pumping it. Retail earnings, another area of focus this week. Market looks for more color on consumer sentiment, tariff impact, trade downs, bifurcation, discretionary, and staples and services goods. Housing starts unexpectedly increased in July, up 5.2%, though building permits missed expectations and fell for the 7th time in the last 8 months. Fed Governor Bowman speaks at 2:10, though discussion will revolve around new technology and banking. Bowman recently said she continues to forecast 3 rate cuts in 2025, highlighting concerns about the labor market fragility. Looking ahead, nothing on the economic calendar Wednesday, though Fed Waller and Bostic scheduled to speak, and then FOMC minutes, claims, flash manufacturing, and service PMIs all coming out on Thursday, and then Fed Chair Powell on Friday. HD Q2 a bit below trend, but improved throughout the quarter and reaffirmed full-year guide. MDT beat and raised seemed to underwhelm, though. Elliott confirmed stake. AS beat and raised, but expectations elevated. VKTX down big following obesity drug data. Tegna to be acquired by NXST for $6.2 billion. NWE to be acquired by BKH. NVIDIA reportedly developing new AI chip for China that'll be more powerful than the H20. Apple expanding iPhone production in India. Intel higher on news. SoftBank purchased $2 billion worth of shares. Starbucks to raise salaried workers by 2%. Palo Alto post-earnings standout with takeaways highlighting strong RPO, NGS, APR, and FCF margins. FNB and guided above, while takeaways noted 1.6 trillion ramp, but expected Datacom decline due to component shortages. CRM to acquire AI-powered automation company Regrello. ALTS up on 0.724% stake disclosure. CXW announced CEO succession, and DGI announced purchase of Jolt Software for $145 million in cash. And then you have Lutnick talking about chips and chips and Intel. And now we got some pre-market movers. Good morning. All right, Palo Alto, they're up by 6-1 off of earnings. Intel up 5-3 on the SoftBank $2 billion stake at $23 a share. Flex 4.9 issues warrant to Amazon to purchase up to 3.9 million shares in connection with commercial relationship. BBY up 3-1 launches digital marketplace. AVAV is up by 2.9. Needham initiates buy. Caterpillar up 1.4. Evercore upgrade. Eli Lilly NVO up on reaction to VKTX drug failure. 1.3 on Nucor. HD is up by 1-1 off earnings. Arquite 1-1. BTIG initiates buy. Klaviyo up 8.9. NXST up 8.5 to purchase Tegna for $22 a share. BTU is up by 8.2. Terminates planned acquisition of Anglo American. ARMN up 7.5. CRNX up 6.2. FDA grants orphan drug designation to Atamelanant for CAH. Opera up 5.7 off earnings. Tegna up 5.1 getting bought out. AVAH up 4.8. UBS upgrade. ONDS up 3.7. Needham initiates buy. IQ is up by 3.4. Reportedly retains advisor for potential secondary listing in Hong Kong. EXTR is up by 2.9. IREN up 2.9. MD up 2.1. 250 million share purchase agreement. Lay's up 86.8 issues press release on previously reported earnings. VCIG up 47, $2 billion in partnership to establish sovereign grade infrastructure. PLYM up 41. Alan Watman official affiliate 6th Street Partners discloses 13 August non-binding acquisition of 24.10 a share. AREC up 20.5 off earnings. LIDAR up 17.3 strategic cooperation with Black Sesame Technologies. Iova is up 13.6. Amtagvi receives Health Canada approval for advanced melanoma. DALN up 7.3. MNG delivered further enhanced proposal letter to acquire for $18.50. ALTS up 6.7. 0.72 discloses 4% stake. SEG 6.1 to sell 250 Water Street mixed use development. UMAC up 8.5. Needham initiates buy. TH up 5.6. Stifle upgrade. GLSI 4.2 plan to build out internal clinical operations team. Altimmune 3.6 FDA fast track for pemvidide in alcohol use disorder. LRMR 2.6 in reaction to PTC Therapeutics. FN down 9.8 earnings. AS down 3.7 earnings. MDT down 3.6 earnings. Board appointment. VIK down 2.4 off earnings. JBL 1.6. VKTX down 28. Did that show up twice? Oh no, that's the other one. EVH down 4.4, 150 million convertible offering. XP down 2.9 off earnings. Newegg 2.9 update on equity sale. Wolf down 2.4, prices 850 million at 1% convertible senior notes. ALXO 17.5. First patient been dosed in company's phase 1. SNGX down 17 after 78% rally yesterday. BTAI down 10.8. Offer 80 million common stock offering. And RGNX down 4.2. FDA review of RGX 121. Va and Intel, why you do this, Howard? So yeah, he said Trump isn't after governance or voting in exchange for the 10% stake. So there you go. A little bit more details. I think at this point, every time they give an update, it's going to move like 2%. So yeah, but same thing as yesterday. Same thing as yesterday, baby. So Chatadonia, are you ready? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling blessed? Are you ready for Tuesday? Are you ready for Tuesday? So yeah, other than that, we've gone over everything. I do have a couple plays. I'm going to be watching Intel, Flex. Amazon did the warrant deal. Watch NVO and Eli Lilly. We still have some of those older plays there. And then HD, Walmart, and Target. I really, really like those. There was one more. Not CRM. Medtronic, we already sold. All right, I think that's it. I think just anything related to GLP-1s, though. And then Palo Alto. That'll be the post-earnings. So not too bad, my friends. Not too bad. So if you have any questions, now is the time. Otherwise, we will be getting the pledge here in about 10 minutes. Woo! Oh man, I gotta move around a little bit already. That's it. I gotta set up this morning. I gotta get my towel ready. We gotta get all of it, bro. Oh my goodness. Ups. I like ups a lot. But we still haven't bought it yet. We've been talking about that on the watch list. So yeah, the latest purchase was Intel, young Intel. So we're still up from our purchase, but it has been volatile as we keep getting it. Biden was giving Intel money for free. Where is he talking? I might play him. Let's see. Is he on CNBC? I feel like he'd be on CNBC. Yeah.
Vietnam has agreed to open it.
Okay, well get ready then. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to play this go pee real quick.
They bring
Burp.
down their tariffs. It's not that you're not going to find a big, long, 250-page trading agreement. It's very simple. Bring down your tariffs to zero. Open the market to American exporters so that we can finally sell our agriculture overseas, finally sell our seafood overseas, finally sell our beef overseas. I mean, our producers have Stockholm Syndrome. We've been so beaten for decades that we don't even know what it's like to sell internationally. Finally, Donald Trump is smashing open these markets. The European market won't buy our cars. Korea won't buy our cars. Japan won't buy our cars, but they sure as heck sell us cars. That is changing under Donald Trump, and that is what's so much fun about these trade deals. He's opening their markets for our ability to export, and he's got it asymmetrically. They are going to pay us to sell to us, the great American consumer.
And I know we're going to talk about the $550 billion in the future as well, and certainly looking forward to seeing some of the language around it. Let me come back to the U.S. and sort of the whole idea again of enhancing our competition and U.S. champions. I'm curious, Mr. Secretary, how you view the recent move by Union Pacific to acquire Norfolk Southern, the idea of creating a nationwide rail. They put it under the guise of, hey, this is going to be a national champion. This is beneficial for the industrial policy of the U.S. How do you view that rail consolidation and whether we should see it and whether we should see even more of it?
Well, we all know that the issue is there was Western railroads and there was Eastern railroads, and they had this interchange in the middle of the country that tended to take 2 or 3 days to change the rail from one company to another company's rail system, and that should be made more efficient. Whether that should be through a merger or in any other way, I'll leave that to the regulators and the overseers. That's the proper way to do that for that kind of acquisition. But the concept of making it more efficient to get across the country is obviously something that we are applaud. How they get there, I don't know. That's not.
Are they going to start talking about railroad? Fucking, we are turning to China
for cross-continental.
Is he
rail.
talking about buying rail companies now too?
The STB requires a proven economic benefit. So you're going to stay out of it, you think? I mean, the Trump administration typically gets involved, it would seem, in all these kinds of issues, and there seemed to be an implicit
none of them have moved, but I'd add that to the list.
Of this consolidation. Is that not the case?
Well, I think from my perspective, I'm going to let the experts at the STB and the others weigh in.
Oh, he's talking about the
that's
UMP merger? I'm like, no fucking way, bro. All right, that's better. That makes more sense.
That we need to have
I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Transcontinental rail system.
I'm like, are they really about to try to fucking nationalize everything?
All right, let me come back to something quickly that you, I think, at least the Treasury Secretary indicated you should get or should have something to say about, and that's this story that NVIDIA is looking to sell a new chip, again, less powered, obviously, than what they sell here, but not the H20, a different type of chip to the Chinese. He said on Squawk Box earlier that as the Treasury Secretary that that be through commerce. So I'm curious what your view is on this idea they're working on this new AI chip for China.
Well, look, NVIDIA is a $4 trillion company for a reason, because Jensen has always tried to sell more things. I mean, the guy is fantastic. So the fact that he comes up and says, I have an H20 chip, I'm trying to sell those, but those are like 4 generations back. I'd like to have a newer one that I can sell to China. Of course he would like to sell a new chip to China. And, you know, I'm sure he's pitching the president all the time. I've listened to him pitch the president. And the president listens to our great technology companies, and he'll decide how he wants to play. But the fact that Jensen is pitching a new chip shouldn't surprise anybody. Of course he is.
He's good at it, too, isn't he?
Oh, baby, he is great. You can't be worth $4 trillion and not be amazing.
All right, he loves him. He loves him. And then you're doing, Intel is going to rack everybody's brain. So like I'm saying, I would just be ready for like the real update. And just like we talked about yesterday, you had your positioning opportunity. So we'll see where the premiums open up today. But other than that, it's going to keep doing this. Every time they come out and say an update, it's either going to tweak up or down. Remember, you had somebody buy $2 billion. To put it into perspective, that's like 75% of its average volume every single day. So at $23. So that was yesterday. We don't know when they got in, but like I'm telling you, every time it does this, we had a great lesson on it yesterday. So we'll see, but just keep in mind, you're waiting for the actual announcement and the detail still to come through. So we will see, but Chattadonia, you got a couple minutes. If you have any questions, I did play basketball yesterday. Dude, I had a lot of work yesterday, man, this whole weekend. So yesterday was boring. I don't know, dude, I got in the bed and I was like, dude, I didn't do anything today except for work. Like, I didn't even have time for anything else. And I liked it. I enjoyed it, though. But I was like, all right, man, I need to get me some, I need a meal. We need to relax, maybe a spa day. But either way, we're good. No bans. Nah, I think we'll be good. I banned everybody yesterday. But yeah, watch the watch list. So if you're going to ask me some dumb shit on Intel after yesterday, it's all on the watch list and I will ban you. So unfortunately, that's the only downside. But like I said, I think there's some cool opportunities lately. And yes, I may be an asshole sometimes, but I do think we are standing on our authority and using it well. I'm not being an asshole to guide you guys in the wrong area. You know, I am establishing the standard. And at the same time, like I'm trying to encourage you all to take advantage of the actual information and what is going on. That is what I want you guys to do. And like I'm saying, it's not going to happen fucking around in the morning. It's not going to happen where you get an opportunity that doesn't come often too often. And then, you know, don't ask the wrong questions at the wrong time. You know, you should ask the dumb questions and ask this stuff in the debating before the shit's happening. You see what I'm saying? That I could get behind. That's preparation. You ask this stuff in advance. You know, how can this go wrong? And like I'm saying, we already know these answers. So I am going to keep encouraging that. And I think some of you, it'll bring out another side of you that I think is very good. Again, you live up to your potential. And if you guys are in the select few that wakes up this early, that gets ready, is about the, let's go, give it 100, maybe 110. So on that note, it's funny though, because we could talk all about the market. We could do all of it, baby. But when it's all said and done, you have this opportunity for a reason. And you live in a great country, you work, you get to keep the money, you get to do stuff with it. And that opportunity is because of the veterans of the United States of America, baby. We have freedom. Are you an advocate for freedom, or do you go with freedom, or do you go against it? But I think I know where a lot of us stand. And that's why every morning, man, before we chase the dollar, before we try to enrich ourselves, we must pay homage to a very special group of people that has made this sacrifice that most of us never have and ever will, and that is the veterans of the United States of America. So on behalf of the cult, I want to give you guys a special shout out and thank you. I know it's just words, so that's why I'm like, man, if anybody should be owning the land, if anybody should be getting stocks, my veterans, bro, it should be you. It is now your turn. It is your opportunity. And at bare minimum, we love you, man, for real. And I hope all of you who have never served, I hope you can bring this appreciation to real life, man. That is your job. That is your duty, especially if you're not the one who gave up civilian life to serve for others, man. So with all that being said, stronger is one, and together I'm just truly grateful for all of your guys' service and those of you who have, and thank you for all of it. And I hope all of you never underestimate and lose sight of how important freedom truly is. So God bless every single one of you. Thank you, veterans. Thank you to your families as well. They also made that big sacrifice. And big shout out to anybody else out there giving back to their local communities. Doctors, nurses, teachers, firefighters, police officers, the janitors, the coaches, the garbage men, anybody making their community run, baby. God bless you and thank you. But ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Place your right hand over your heart. Say it with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible. Attempt to. Oh, are we back? I think we're back. Oh, there it is. I don't know why I did on a fucking morning. Oh, yeah, we sent in the jets, bro. It cut out. Oh well, we gotta go. We gotta go. If we gotta go, you gotta go. I hate to do this. I would love for this to last. I take pictures of the long term so you won't forget my... Okay. Anyways, well, we gotta go, bro. We only got 3 minutes. I don't know. Yeah, that's it. They trying to do it, bro. We out here. We in there like swimwear. Oh yeah, we're back. I don't even know what happened, baby. But God is good. God is great. God is amazing. You're amazing, Chad. You know that? Are you ready? Oh, bring it out. Let's go. So Chad Adoni, I'm gonna play that bring 'em out, bring 'em out. That's like the middle school dance song, bro. You don't, man, they don't feel me. All right, I gotta go. I'll see you there, baby. God bless you. If I don't see you, have a great rest of your day. And let's get, I hope it takes you there. I don't know if it will. We'll find out.